Hey, hi all. So today in this tutorial we are going to learn some basic fundamentals about C Sharp, like how to start writing the code from the scratch. So basically we are going to focus mainly on the basic structure of the C Sharp program and what's the namespace. And furthermore we are going to learn what is the purpose of using the main method. So on the screen you can see I have this ID open, which is Studio 2012. Okay, this is the recent and here you can see on the home page, as I open this Visual Studio, we have this open recent projects like applications that I've created. So we are going to create a new one. So if you don't aware of this all things, so let me clear it. Like clone a repository. See, if we have a in our Git, which is a kind of repository. If you have any project there, and if you want to copy those that source code here, so what we can do, we can simply go to that branch and copy the link, and we can click on this, and it will ask to paste that link, and in this way we can clone that repository or open a project or solution. If there are any existing project if you want to open, then we can click this and open in a local folder. So okay, so we can also try this, open a local folder, and we can edit code with any folder, okay, within any folder. And this last one, to create a new project, so we are going to create any project using this. Okay, so when we click it, so we got this page. So see here, like before this I have created this console app. Okay, so that's why it's showing me. And on the right side you can see like all the different kind of application that we can create which using this Visual Studio ID. Okay, so this is like console app and ASP.NET Core Web App, Blazor Server App, ASP.NET Core Web API, and see all the we are using the C Sharp as the language. Okay, and we can like create it for Windows, Mac OS, and console kind of applications. And see here like web app, this all we can different applications scenario here that we can create using this ID. Okay, so for now we are going to create a console app. So we'll click on this and click on next. So here it will ask for that project name. So introduction to C Sharp programming basic. Okay, so this is name of the project. Give me. We'll click on next. Okay, and this is the path. If later on if you want to see the DLLs, right? So once we build the code, then we have the DLLs ready. Okay, so you can find those DLLs using this path. Okay, you can go to CW users, del source and repos. You will get all the DLLs under the bin file there. Okay, and this is source name. So all the DLLs we will talk later on. I mean, just to give an idea, I told you this. Okay, then we will click on this next. So this is the framework version you can see here. Now let's click on create. So once we click on this, it will load. It's creating a project. So let's hang on for some time. So we can close it. Okay. So see, as we made this came up with a very simple one line of code, that console dot write line hello world. Okay, so this is like a single one line code. If you want to print this, we just need to save it, and we just need to press F5. So you can see we will it's building right now. Once see the output in the console, the console is nothing but it is the command prompt here. See, we are saying hello world. Okay, so once we click on this, it will come here. Okay, so so this was like already there when we create the project. So let's comment this as of now. Okay, and what we are doing, we are just going to uh, cut and let's put it there because okay, we'll use it later on. So the a very basic structure of like if you are just beginner, so like I will just give introduction like how we can use the namespace and method and what is all these things. the very basic thing which is required to create a program run from the scratch. Okay, so using system. Okay, using system. This is a namespace. Okay, now we need to declare a class A, introduction to. This is the class name. Okay, so just to give an example, to introduction to programming, and now this is the empty close braces, curly braces. Inside this, we need to have the syntax here. Okay, and this main method here. Okay, now we just need to have the opening closes braces here. Okay, so see here what you have done using system class name, and inside this we have this set of code here. We have this line, right? We can just cut this line and paste it here. Also the right line hello world. Okay, or else we can print here like introduction to programming. Simply copy this. We want to replicate this here, so we will paste it this introduction. We want some space here, so here we cannot give space, but here just because this is simply a hard-coded value that we want to print on the screen, console screen, so we can write it like this. Okay, so this is a very simple program, okay, that we have here. See, and if I try to run this, so we just put Control plus F5 after saving. So it's running. It will print introduction to programming. Okay. So this is done. Now I will explain like what piece of code we have written, and what is the basic structure, what and all things we have used here, and what is the meaning of using these things. So see, using system. So using system is nothing but it's a namespace. See, if you can say it, when I hover on this system, it's showing namespace system. Okay, so what is this namespace is nothing but it is a combination of classes, interfaces, and structs and enums and all those things which we'll like discuss later on this videos. Okay, and this is the namespace that we are using. Okay, and you know what, like this namespace consists of some classes, okay, which I explained. We'll see console. So this is a class, okay, which we are using. Okay, so this console belongs to this system namespace. Okay, and this right line is basically a method of this. So okay, so if I say this console which belongs to this, and this right line is a function belong to this class. Okay, so it is like this method, this function belongs to this class, and this class belongs to this namespace. It is like this. Okay, and see, this is a class name. We can provide any class name here. Okay, but there's some like see, always mind like C#, is case sensitive. Okay, like if I give this main which is in caps and small, so it will throw an error. Okay, so this is the class name, class introduction to programming. This is the starting and closing of this class. Okay, inside this we have this public static void main. Okay, so why we are using this, we'll talk about this later on. This what is main? So main, this is a very important thing. This method, main method. Okay, so and this is case sensitive. It needs to be in capital letter only, capital M start. Okay, and this is the entry level of our program. Okay, so the control after coming here, it's start executing from the main method only. So all the piece of code which is inside this curly braces of this main method will be executed. So once the control falls here under this main method, it will see this console dot write line. Okay, as I mentioned, like console being a class of this system namespace, and write line is a function of this class. Okay, so console dot write line. So on the console screen, it will print write line. That means it will print whatever we are passing here. Okay, in the double quotes, that is introduction to programming. So it will print as I saw. Okay, as we saw, like it's printed introduction to programming. Okay, now here we saw that, right? So if I replicate this to here, okay, So this is like again see here, type introduction to already defined, so we just need to modify it. Main one, programming, introduction to programming one. Okay, if we save this, okay, see we have this, we cannot like make identical, so I have this main one method. See like what will be printed if we try to see the output here on the console. What will get? Introduction to programming. Why not programming one? This is because this is our main method. This is not our main method, right? So the controls false here, it directly goes to the main method and it sees console dot write introduction to programming. So it will only print this statement introduction to programming which we saw just now. Okay, but what if we want to like print this line also, introduction to programming one, because this piece of code is not under this main method, so that is why it is not recognizing this. Okay, what we want to print on the console. So in that case what we need to do, we need to call this method inside this main. That means this method should be called inside this region of the main method. So if after this semicolon here, if we, how we can call it, main one, that is the method name, bracket and semicolon. Save it. Okay, now we will see what is the output. The output should be when the control will first fall into this main method. It will console. It will go there. Console.writer introduction to programming. It will print this line first. Then it will call this method one. So what is method one? It will go there and it will just go inside this and it will see console.write line introduction to programming. So it will print then introduction to programming one. So let's see the output like control plus F5 build it, see introduction to programming, then introduction to programming one. So this is how like it works. Okay, so this is a very basic fundamental, like if you're going to start a program with, from scratch using the minimum syntax. Okay, so using namespace, main methods, okay, class. So this is a like a very generalized way in which we can create a basic method and classes, and we can see the output. Okay, so going forward we will like try to modify and go much deep. Okay, how we can use the we can use to take some input from the user and we want to print that, this kind of thing we will see in the upcoming videos. Okay, thank you.